Alright guys, so today I'm out in the woods just for a few hours. I'm just going to set up a small quick day camp and chill out in the woods, maybe have a fire, going to cook some lunch and just chill out. It's been a while since I've been out in the woods, and I'll get into that here in a few minutes or after I get my camp chores all done and situated. But yeah, we'll talk about that in a few minutes. Let me get this pack off. I'll show you what's inside and then we'll move on. Thanks again, guys. Got to get my chair out. I need a dry place to sit down. Stop spinning around. Chair. Alright, that is much better. A chair. I love my camp chair. Alright, so before I set up my camp, which is not really much of a camp, it's just a place to hang out for a few hours. But before I get everything out and get it set up, let me show you what I've got with me. I've got a new pack. It's sort of a new pack. It's not new to me, but it is new in terms of I just bought it. And I hope the wind is not too bad, guys. I apologize. It is quite windy out here, so hopefully that's not a problem. Okay, so the pack is a Savotta Jaakari pack. It is a military surplus pack from Finland, and I just recently bought it. And the reason I mention it's kind of new but not really new is because I've owned one of these before. I bought one a couple years ago and I sold it, and I have regretted that decision ever since. So I bought a new one. So I've owned one before, but this one is brand new and I'm not selling this one. I don't know why I did that to begin with, but anyway, I sold it, got a new one, let's use it. Okay, so real quick, I'm going to go over the pack or what's inside the pack. I'm not going to spend a great amount of time on it or go into great detail. Just give you guys a quick rundown of what I'm using. So on the side in this pouch right here, and this is a pouch I bought separately for this pack. It's not included with the pack. But yeah, inside here I have my titanium cook pot with some rice inside. So we're going to have a quick rice lunch, and so yeah, I'm looking forward to that. On this side pocket I have my fire kit in the Kafaru pullout, and I have my first aid kit, which is a different color, so that way I know what's what. On the other side I have a Nalgene canteen bottle with water. Inside, my hammock pillow, because I brought my hammock. I'm not going to be able to use it. I'll go into that in just a second, but I brought a hammock. That's my pillow. I had intended to come out here and take a nap. It's been a long couple of days. I've not gotten a whole lot of sleep. I wanted to come out, take a nap. That is not going to work out the way I had planned. Silky saw. Just a baggie with coffee and salt and pepper. Some gloves. My filming equipment, batteries, cables, that sort of thing. My ditty bag with odds and ends, whatever. My hygiene kit with toilet paper, wet wipes, all my stuff I need for my contacts, toothpaste, toothpaste and toothbrush. And my camp table. Woo. My hammock, which is a Warbonnet Ridge Runner. It is brand new. I've never used it. This was going to be my one day to use it. And my hammock gear underquilt for the nap that I won't be taking. And that is it for this day trip. Okay, so the reason I can't use this, I just slapped myself in the face with it. The reason I cannot use this, and I thought of this when I was about 2 minutes from getting here. I left the poles at home. The Ridge Runner is a bridge hammock. You have to have 2 poles, one at the head end, one at the foot end, that opens up the hammock. Well, I forgot the poles. So, this is pretty well useless to me unless I want to try to make some sort of wooden poles, and I just don't want to fool with doing that. So, I am not going to get to set up the Ridge Runner. I am not going to be able to take that nap I wanted. So, this is just going to be relaxing, sitting in my chair, not playing around with my brand new hammock. So, that is a bit of a bummer. I was really ticked off when I realized I didn't have my poles and I said a few bad words. So, anyway. Oh, also, just on the hike back through here, I grabbed some bark. And I'm going to try to use this to begin a fire. And I'm questioning a fire now a little bit with how windy it's become out here. So, maybe just something really small because I need a fire to make my rice with, to boil the water and do the whole rice thing with. So I didn't bring another stove with me. Anyway, it's beautiful out here. Windy, but beautiful. Okay, so I am going to go try to find some firewood and at least have a small fire out here to get my rice going. I'm not super hungry, but I'm kind of a little bit hungry. So, and where I'm at right now is there's a trail that I'm on, basically, a wide trail, big enough for a car. So I walked through the woods, I came out at the trail, and I am kind of off to the side of the trail. I'm not right on it. I'm just kind of over to the side. It was a nice flat spot, so a good spot just to set up and chill out for a little while. Oh, and before I march off and collect firewood, I have been on quarantine, or recently on quarantine. I was on a 10-day quarantine, so my wife was too. We were pretty much quarantined at the same time. And no, neither one of us had the COVID. We just had symptoms. She was very sick, had a fever. A couple days later, I started feeling sick, had a fever. So we went to the doctor, both tested negative, but because of the symptoms, we had to quarantine for 10 days. So I have recently been quarantined, and so now that I'm off quarantine, I have been itching to get out in the woods. So this is the best I could do for the time being. It's just a quick day trip out here. But anyway, it feels good to be in the woods, guys. Very good. Let's go. Alright, I've collected some firewood, just small stuff. I decided I'm just going to use my small titanium wood stove. I really don't want to fool with a big fire or a bigger fire, you know, cutting firewood and all that stuff. It's a little too warm. It wasn't that warm when I decided to come out here and do this earlier today, but now it's gotten quite warm, so I just don't need a bigger fire. So just enough to cook my rice. And now I've got that bark that I collected. This is kind of damp, so I don't know how well this is going to work, but it has rained here. It rained, this is Sunday, it rained Wednesday all day, poured down part of the day Thursday, rained some on Friday. So we have gotten a lot of rain the past few days. I mean, this place is soaked. It is super wet out here, muddy, wet. So I'm going to break this up and try to get it going with the ferro rod the best that I can, but it is pretty damp, so I don't know. We shall see. I don't know. Might be alright. It's pretty drier than I thought. I think that might be good to go. Or dampness, dryness wise, I think it might be good to go. Just break that up really good. Expose those fibers. Give that spark something to latch on to. See all that dust coming out of it? I'm going to do a couple more of these. Get a pretty decent bundle going. Let's get the ferro rod and see how this works. Using the Mora and the fire steel. Rice, beef rice. I wasn't kidding when I said everything out here was wet. It is super wet. Even these little twigs didn't really want to burn good at first. But we got it going now. Soup. Rice, I mean, not soup. I'm dumb. That little stove is the Mini E Titanium stove. And that's just a little stove I keep in my ditty bag, miscellaneous bag, whatever. It just folds up flat, and it has the two support beams that you unfold the stove and you just put your two beams on to serve as a pot stand. So super lightweight. It's a really cool little stove. I like it. It's an expensive little stove. That little thing's like 50, 55 bucks. So yeah. Is it worth the money? Probably not. But I do like it. Man, it is windy out here. I'm glad now that I didn't have a bigger fire. Despite the heat, I'm glad I didn't have one just because of the wind. So even though it's super damp out here, I don't think I run the risk of really catching much on fire. But still, it would just be blowing all over the place. Alright, so let's try our rice. And this is Mora rice sides, beef rice. I love Mora rice sides, especially the taco rice. I can make a meal out of that. Or any of them, just about. Great camping food. So let's try this. Ooh, it's hot. Good Lord. It's like it just came from the depths of hell. It's good though. Very good. Alright, I'm going to sit back, enjoy my rice, just enjoy this day camp. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to set up my table. I'm going to do that real quick. That way I'll have a nice little table. What's a camp without a table? Onetigris camp table. Tabletop. Frame. Like that. Tabletop just snaps on to the braces. And now I have a table for my rice and my body armor. Nice. This needed to cool down anyway. Well, my day camp didn't go the way I wanted it to go. It's been nice though. I've had a good time. Really good time. Feels good to be out in the woods again. But I was really looking forward to trying out my new Ridge Runner. Really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to that nap in the woods in my new hammock. I just wanted to get a feel for how it felt compared to a gathered in hammock. So that was a fail. But that's okay. That's how it goes sometimes. That just gives me an excuse to come back and do an overnighter in the hammock. I had some mods I wanted to do to it while I had it out today. Well, not really mods, but I wanted to add a ridge line to it. I bought a whoopee sling ridge line. And I know bridge hammocks, you don't really need a ridge line, but I like having a ridge line just so I can have an organizer hanging from it and my hang time hook, so I don't need it to make sure I have the proper lay like you would in a gathered in hammock. But I just want one for the convenience of having somewhere to put my stuff. Even though the Ridge Runner has saddlebags on the side where you can put your stuff in, I like the convenience of having an organizer right there in front of me. I can just reach up, grab what I need, and I especially love my hang time hook that I can hook onto the ridge line, watch a movie or something on my phone. I love that. So that's the main reason I want a ridge line in my Ridge Runner. It feels so good out here right now. It was warm earlier, and it's still slightly warm, but overall it feels good. There's a good breeze. The wind is not gusting right now. It's just a nice breeze, and it feels wonderful. I want to come out here and do a camp out at this very spot. This is the first time that I've come to this location as far as this particular place I'm sitting at right now. I've never camped here, so this is a good flat spot. It's a little close to the trail, and there's a lot of deer that travel through here, but like I said, we're off to the side a little bit. But yeah, this would be a good place to come set up a tent. And I could even do a hammock right here, really. So I can make it work. Might have a deer come through the hammock at some point in the night. But it's a chance you take. But yeah, this has been a nice day in the woods. I've been jonesing to get out into the woods. Quarantine is no fun. It's quite boring. Alright guys, so I've just been hanging out, relaxing. I wandered through the woods a little bit, just looking around, just exploring. And I've never been really good at doing curls or feather sticks or shavings, whatever you want to call it. So I've just been sitting around, playing around with that for a little bit. I want to get better at it. I've just never been all that great at it. And anyway, I've got me a pile of shavings, curls right here, so I'm going to see if I can strike it up with the ferro rod, just for the heck of it. So again, I've never been really good at curls or getting really fine curls that would take a spark and light up. So just been playing out in the woods. It's fun. That wasn't too bad. I got it going. It took me a couple tries, but got it going. That's why I like coming out here like this. No agenda, no plan, just come out here, mess around, play in the woods, try to get better at things. And yeah, it's fun. A day in the woods. Oh yeah. Alright guys, I've got the pack back on. As you can see, I am done for the day. This was fun. It's what I needed, just to get out, relax. I'm still bummed about the hammock, but there's plenty of time to make up for that. But yeah, it's been a good day, very good day. Had some good food on a beautiful day and spent some time in the woods. So it's been good. And guys, I am no outdoors expert. I am no bushcraft expert. I'm not even a bushcrafter. I just like to get out and play in the woods. That's basically what I am and who I am. So I am an expert at nothing. I just like to come out here, try to get better at the things I enjoy doing, work on it a little bit, and maybe one day I'll be not an expert, but somebody that knows what they're doing. Let's put it that way. So I don't believe that there's anybody that's an expert at anything. I mean, very few people anyway. So yeah, I just like to get out and play in the woods and try to do things better than I did the time before. So get outside, practice your craft, enjoy the outdoors. That's what I'm all about. So guys, I'm going to head back, and we'll do it again next time. I don't know when that'll be or what it'll be, but we'll do it again. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll see you next time.